Good afternoon, guys. I have a very exciting day today, which I wasn't planning on having an exciting day today, but my mom has so graciously got me my first 4D ultrasound of the baby. I'm going to be doing it kind of as a surprise for Josh for his birthday. So fingers crossed I get like at least one good picture that I can frame and we can see what he looks like. So I'm so excited. I also look a little busted right now, so I'm gonna start getting ready, and I thought it would be really fun to show you guys how I get ready on a daily basis. It's kind of like a makeup routine, even though I am not a makeup guru and this is not a makeup channel. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put my hair up. Thankfully, I straightened it a couple days ago, and I only wash it 2 times a week max. It's starting to get a little oily, but we can work with it. I'm going to wash my face because I had makeup on yesterday and I washed the makeup off, but my eyelashes still have mascara on them, and just to cleanse my palette. No, that's your tongue. So I'm going to be using this Aveeno Clear Complexion face wash. It's a foaming cleanser. I would normally use a spin brush, but I think my spin brush might be breaking me out because I need to clean the heads of them. But I don't feel like doing that today, so I'm just going to be using my fingers. Ew, that's the grossest sound ever. So I'm going to be using these Neutrogena makeup wipes to get the excess off. So now that I look really, really pretty, next step for cleansing my face is I use this vitamin A and witch hazel facial spray, and then also this hyaluronic acid facial serum. And while that is drying, I'm going to go ahead and do a lip scrub just because I'm feeling extra fancy today. This is just like a $3 Burt's Bees. I don't even know if it's $3. And it really doesn't do anything, in my opinion. I paid for it, so I'm going to use it. So now I'm going to wet my beauty blender. This is just a Real Techniques beauty blender. This is just a Real Techniques beauty. Oh my god. This is just a Real Techniques beauty blender that I got from Target, I think. To prime my face, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Baby Skin face primer. It's basically silicone and it just goes in all of your pores and clogs them really nicely. I have a lot of acne right here and right here and right here. This is what your girl gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. When I get really excited about something, I turn into like the most annoying ADHD child in the world. Go watch my other videos where I'm like super calm and like an adult. You just gotta slap your face. So now that my silicone is all in my pores, I have 3 different foundations that I use, but right now this Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 is kind of doing it for me. I have a $40 foundation that I don't ever use by Bare Minerals because it's like really sheer and it's made for like when your skin looks really good. My skin doesn't look really good. Usually 1 pump is good enough for me because otherwise I look really cakey. Because I have freckles, if you didn't know. Foundation on top of freckles looks really cakey sometimes. So it's really hard to find a foundation that's good for freckles. I tried all middle school trying to find a foundation that covered my freckles, and guess what? I looked like a cakey mess and I never had a boyfriend. That's a lie. I had a boyfriend, but they broke up with me for like my friends, so do you guys remember that, like in middle school, like just how willy-nilly everyone just like broke up, and then like your friend would start dating your ex-boyfriend and you just like had to be okay with it? Like I remember I dated this guy in 7th grade and I kept breaking up with him because I just didn't like him, and I wanted to like him because he was like the new kid and he was like popular, and we kept dating. And in my defense, like literally one time we were holding hands and he told me I had spider hands, which isn't a lie, but ouch. Then over the summer I saw him hanging out with this really popular, like really pretty girl, And I was like, no, he was mine first. He was in love with me first. But then he got an ego because all these pretty girls wanted him. Over the summer, I started talking to him, the summer going into 8th grade. Started talking to him again. I was like, yeah, you're like my best friend. Like, remember all the good times we had? You mean all the times that like I literally just broke up with you because I didn't actually like you? He was like, well, at the beginning of 8th grade, I actually am planning on dating this girl. And me and this girl actually weren't friends at all. Like, nothing against her, we just like weren't friends. I'm going in with this concealer, this Age Rewind by Maybelline. My other friend was dating his best friend. I took that opportunity and I was like, you know what, like, girl, you're staying at my house this weekend. Your boyfriend lives like 2 houses down from me. Let's hang out with him. And oh wait, oh my gosh, is he like hanging out with him? He's still dating this girl. You know, he's like flirting with me and I'm like, you definitely have a girlfriend, which I didn't really care about because I didn't know the girl. So I totally just ignored the fact that he had this girlfriend. He also did, so it's also 8th grade. Well, we ended up like making out underneath these railroad tracks. And I was like, you gotta break up with her. Like, you cannot be making out with me under these railroad tracks and expect me to just like not make you break up with your girlfriend. And that night he broke up with her and we started dating. We started dating for like 3 days and I was like in love with him. Like, I literally would like wait outside his classroom to like hang out with him and like walk to class together. And he just like wasn't feeling it. He broke up with me and I was really heartbroken and like in love with him. So then he started dating my actual friend. I just went ahead and set with this Fit Me loose powder in Fair. Now I'm going in with this Hoola bronzer and this big Real Techniques brush and bronzing the fuck out of my face. And I remember they weren't telling anyone, but I was like, I know that you guys are dating and that's why he broke up with me. We had a school dance and lo and behold, they both got mono. And I was like, if you were dating me, you would have gotten mono. And he was like, you know what, you're right. I was like, I hate you, never talk to me again. Like, I can't believe you broke up with me for her. Again, it's 8th grade, not proud of myself. Then with the same brush, I'm using this NYX blush. Later on, my best friend is still dating his best friend. I got high for like one of the first times before they came over. I didn't even know they were coming to my house. I'm sitting on my couch reading a click book. I'm reading this click book, literally losing my fucking mind because my anxiety is going crazy because an 8th grader shouldn't be fucking high. And my friend invited them over and I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't know they were over at my house until I get out of the shower and I'm going to change and he busts in my room and I like have a towel on and I'm like freaking out. Wow, like as I tell this story, it's like my 8th grade experience is a lot different than everyone else's. My friend, who was a very promiscuous girl, I love her to death, she ended up taking both of their virginities in the same night. Not even kidding, like one in my bathroom, one on the side of the house. I'm like, how could you do this to me? You know that I like him so much. And she was like, Hannah, all you talk about is how much you hate him. I'm like, yeah, that means that I like him. Like, so I called him afterwards and I was like, I can't believe you came to my house and did that. Like, that's so rude. And he was like, I asked if you liked me beforehand and she told me no. And I was like, yeah, because she thinks I hate you, but I actually like am in love with you. And he was like, if I knew that, I would have done it. And I was like, well, you should have just freaking known it. He was like, well, I actually really like you, Hannah. Like, will you go out with me? And I was like, stop. Like, you don't actually like me. He was like, no, like, I really like you. And we started dating. After he lost his virginity to my best friend on the side of my house, literally like 30 minutes later, we started dating. So I'm going in with this Wet n Wild highlighter. We dated for a while and then I remembered why I didn't like him. And I started talking to this other kid. So I started talking to this other kid on Kik. I stole his Kik username from my best friend who took my then boyfriend's virginity at my house. So I was like, fair play, because she was talking to him and I was like, I think I'm gonna talk to him. I started talking to him And then me and my boyfriend were actually both about to move. He was about to go to Georgia and I was gonna go to Wisconsin. I remember him calling me like the night before I like ended up hanging out with this guy. He was like, you know, I just love you so much. Like, I think that we should just break up now. Like, I know about blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what? You know about him? Like, what? Like, what do you know? Like, there's nothing to know. I just know that you've been talking to him and like, it doesn't hurt me. Like, we're about to move. Like, I get it. And I was like, okay, bye. Love you. And we said love you and broke up. And then I hung out with that guy that I was talking to on Kick. I didn't like him either. I stopped talking to both of them. So that's 8th grade Hannah for you. She really, really wanted to be a slore, but she just didn't have it in her. So now I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I'm using this Naked palette, the Naked Basics palette. What's some other cringy Hannah stories? When I was in middle school, this is like peak cringy for Hannah. I had so many boyfriends that didn't know they were my boyfriends, but also knew that I liked them because I was very outspoken about if I liked you. I remember this boy that I liked went to art class the same time I went to art class, but we had different art classes. I would literally walk into his art class and be like, hey, I love you. And then I would walk out. Like, I just liked him, so I told him that I liked him. I would also get boys' numbers off of Facebook, like boys that I liked. I would text their numbers and I'd be like, hey, who is this? They would obviously be like, this is this person, like, who the fuck is this? Oh, well, my friend like told me to text this number and they told me that like somebody wanted to talk to me. Honestly, 8 times out of 10, it would work and I would end up, talking to the guy. But like nothing ever happened from it because like no guys liked me because I look like this. Which I thought I was fucking hot as shit. And now I'm going in with this Maybelline Rocket Volume mascara. So I would do everything in my power to talk to these boys. Like literally put my heart on my sleeve for these boys. And like no one would give me the time of day. I moved to Wisconsin and all of those boys wanted to give me the time of day. So that was your introduction to middle school Hannah. She was cringy and something I'd like to repress, but sometimes she'll come in and she'll just remind me to stay humble. And even when I look like this, I'm glad I don't look like this. So for my finishing touches, I'm going to be using this CoverGirl Outlast. It actually originally came with a lip stain, but I think they caught on to how amazing of a product this is. They started selling this individually, and I didn't even know they still sold it at all. So I've been using the same one for 3 years. This is my brand new one, so I recommend you guys go get it. Now we're just gonna brush my hair. I love how healthy my hair sounds. So thank you guys for getting ready with me and enduring the cringe that is 8th grade Hannah. I will be back with another video again soon, so stay updated and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Don't forget to turn on my little post notifications so you get notified every time I make a new video. Bye!